I'm Suzanne Batdorf, pursuing my master's in instructional technology. It has been 17 years since I completed my bachelor's degree in business administration. I was in the business world from the time I graduated high school until I was 40. Then I made the change because I wanted to attempt to influence young adults in their view of what work was and that we are not entitled to anything we do not work for. I want to continue my efforts to flip my classroom, but not in the conventional definition. I want to integrate technology in a way that makes my students have ownership of their learning and not wait for me to provide them with content. The article, Elementary Education, there's an app for that, points out that while the state of education is an issue at the forefront of our country, it is also one that has been greatly affected by technology in the 21st century. Teachers are now more actively engaging their students and captivating their attention through various forms of technologies. Administrators and educators alike are discovering the benefits these tools can have on student success. My journey through this course has been exciting, informative, and frustrating. I was thrilled when I went through the project list from Dr. Balin presented by his Weebly of the course. I had heard Powtoon, Comic Life, Office Mix, and Weebly, but had not had time to work with them. So now I was going to get to. These resources were very informative. The Office Mix project made me realize I did not know PowerPoint as well as I thought I did. I will be spending a great deal of time in the coming school year updating all of my current PowerPoints to Office Mix files. During the Powtoon project, I learned to convert a YouTube video to MP4. I will now use this information in my classroom to provide students without internet access MP4 files of my flipped videos. The Comic Life project was really fun, and I see that students eating this one up. I am so glad that it was included in the project list for this semester, and I can't wait to introduce it to my students. Alice presented me with the most problems. This program has the potential to be very complicated. I have zero programming background and honestly don't like it. I can see students loving the ability to create stories, and I will have to find some student mentors to help me along with this one. Lastly, the Weebly project. I would like to see every teacher at my school complete this project. It was an awesome resource for teachers to easily develop an online presence. My frustration through the projects ranged from not being sure what I was creating to wishing I had more time with the application. I feel that I would have better understood the creative possibilities of each application if I had seen my peers' projects after we were done. I believe we learn from our mistakes and from reflection, and by looking at what we could have done better. Seeing the work of my peers and their interpretation of the requirements would have been a great reflective tool. So what are internet tools? Internet tools I see are networks, servers, and code, something you use to accomplish a goal. An internet application? An application program is a program designed to perform a specific function directly for the user or in some cases for another program. Examples of applications would include word processors, database programs, web browsers, development tools, drawing, paint, image editing programs, and communication programs. An internet resource would be a web address or a link on the internet that provides a service, updates, helps, or information that you need. Web 2.0 tools are attractive to educators because many are free and easy to learn and to use through online tutorials, and some allow educators to establish a protected area within the application where they and their students can use the tool through teacher-controlled access. Features such as these can facilitate interaction between the teacher and the students, and such tools are available only to the students and the instructor of the course, thus providing protection of the content. Applications I have used in my class include Socrative, Kahoot, Nearpod, etc. Experimental results reveal that students have higher learning motivation and participation when using the applications in a supported learning environment during and after class. Websites like Khan Academy, TED Talks, CNN Student News, Brain Pop, etc. are fantastic resources that provide teachers and students with information related to the field of study. A digital learning environment changes the way and the degree to which students engage with and are engaged by the content. It also changes the way students and teachers interact with each other. Resources such as these provide opportunities for teachers to differentiate the instruction while also providing student-directed learning. The NCTM Principles and Standards for School Mathematics define several principles for school mathematics, one of which is the technology principle. It acknowledges that technology is essential in teaching and learning mathematics. It influences the mathematics that are taught and enhances student learning. The programs that I chose are A Plus Click. A Plus Click helps students to become problem solvers. The website features a graduated set of over 4,900 challenging problems for students in grades 1 through 12, starting from the very simple to the very difficult. The questions are based on Common Core standards in math and go beyond by adding hundreds of meaningful, practical problems and brain teasers. The questions concentrate on understanding, reasoning, usefulness, and problem solving rather than on math rules and theorems. The problems include a short description of an illustration to help problem solvers visualize the model. The problems can be solved within 1 minute and without using a calculator. The program adapts to the student's ability. To progress to a higher level, you must correctly answer 5 consecutive questions. Younger kids in grades 1 through 5 have 2 chances to get it right. If you correctly answer 16 questions, the system suggests that you enter the competition. The self-study learning site includes game elements, star scoring system, cheering sounds for young students, statistics, and a leaderboard. The leaderboard shows the best 10 performers of the last 10 days. This type of competition is a great motivator. Khan Academy. Khan Academy offers a free self-paced course in math for students in grades 5 through 12 and beyond. It tutors students in everything from basic math skills and number sense to geometry, algebra, trigonometry, and calculus. The tutorials consist of videos, step-by-step learning problems, practice and quiz sessions where students can ask for hints, and view videos to review steps. There is a coaching section where teachers, tutors, or parents can enroll their students and monitor their progress. A pre-test helps to determine where each student is skilled and what skills he or she needs to work on next. A graph displaying the module has not started. A graph displaying each module as not started, in progress, passed, or mastered gives both coaches and students an overall sense of how they are progressing in their math skills. Teachers or parents are required to register to make use of the monitoring and progression tools. No registration is required to use the videos and interactives to learn discrete math concepts. This makes it useful for self-learning or for parents to review at home, or when a student is absent from class and misses a math lesson teaching a new skill or concept. Then there's My Power Learning. My Power Learning is a web platform for K through 12 students, parents, and educators. The site provides one trusted place to find and use thousands of carefully crafted games, videos, and simulations in subjects like math, English language arts, science, and more. These free activities from top publishers have been evaluated by a team of experienced educators and are aligned to the Common Core state standards through a multi-step review process. Power My Learning offers powerful tools for personalized instruction and supporting student driven learning in the classroom and beyond. Additionally, the program has a parent portal to help parents understand the content their child is covering. Each project has its own challenges for me. Office Mix was difficult due to the video component. I would have been more at ease doing the videos if I had better understood the program. Powtoon was awesome to work with, and I found it very easy to use. The timeline tool makes syncing your video to the slides a snap. My only issue with this program was that I didn't know how to convert the file to an MP4, and the recommended Camtasia provided really poor sound quality when I tried to record through screen capture. Creating a cartoon in Comic Life could easily become an obsession with all the graphic options. As a first attempt at programming, Alice was an interesting tool. I'm not certain that part of my difficulty with the assignment was the version I was using. Perhaps an earlier version would have been more stable than the Alice 3.2 that I downloaded. The challenge in creating the Weebly site was what to include from the extensive list of tools, resources, and applications that we were introduced to. The most challenging part of these projects was the short time you were able to spend with the application. I would like to see my peers' projects as a reflection tool. It would be nice to be able to compare and share methods. As I mentioned previously, the time constraint resulted in challenges using these programs. All of the resources were new to me and had me starting from scratch. The online tutorials were a lifesaver. Again, being able to see peers' ideas and being able to share how they created what they created would add substantial reflection and skill development for me. I will continue to investigate these applications and introduce them to my students this fall. Perhaps they will have intuitive ideas that they can share with the rest of the class. Lessons learned during this course fall into two categories. Uses for various applications can be broad, and learning new applications is a combination of research, trial, and error. Through the discussion boards with my peers, I discovered that there were numerous ways to use an application to integrate technology in the classroom. Many of the applications I was familiar with were being used by my peers in ways that I had never thought of. The second lesson I learned is that learning a new application takes research, trial, and error. It is important that you go through the tutorials first, and by that I mean open the application and recreate the tutorial steps in your downloaded or opened version. I discovered that my computer version did not always duplicate the tutorial. This proved to be insightful information when I attempted to create my own presentations. Learning new applications is trial and error. Most of the time, the presentation you are attempting to create is not going to mirror the ones in your tutorial. You will not have directions to create the images you want, so you have to try several methods to find the one that works for you. Be sure to save your work often and be prepared to stop work and go search for solutions. Future students of this class need to have an open mind to all the possibilities of applications that they already know. Look at them through the eyes of your peers and discover new ways to use familiar resources. Create a list of the resources that your peers discuss, even if you do not think there is a use for them now. Go back and revisit them later in the semester. Additionally, go back as the semester moves forward and reread the discussion and articles posted by your peers. I find so many of them to be applicable to my work as we go deeper into the projects. I don't believe that CourseDen allows you to archive the discussions, but it would be a fantastic resource to draw on as you proceed through your academic and work careers. Don't dismiss the application used for the projects once the project is complete. Think and plan ways to implement them in your future classes and classrooms. You have gained valuable resources and been given the opportunity to experiment with them when you know we don't have that kind of time outside of class. This class has been one of the most beneficial so far in my UWG career. The project introduced me to applications I could use in my classrooms, and that value is unmeasurable. And the numerous resources and ideas shared by my peers will provide me and many of my colleagues with tools for differentiation and technology integration for months to come.